storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
What is up, Storm Chasers? We gotta come and get into this exclusive. I actually just got done speaking with the one and only Hollywood. Let me go ahead and actually put his picture up. There go Hollywood Mugler, and there goes Shannon Sharpe. Okay, now we all know who Shannon Sharpe is. You know, he co-host of Nightcap with Ocho Cinco and them sparkly teeth. The Club Shay Shay, which is Club Nay now, Club Lay, Club Broke, Club Bankruptcy, damn near at this point. You know, he used to be affiliated with ESPN, now he's not. His brother's a Hall of Famer, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. We all know who Shannon Sharpe is. Most importantly, Shannon Sharpe is the man that single-handedly gave generational wealth to a OnlyFans model with flat tortilla cakes. Shannon Sharpe is literally, I'm going to be real with you, I feel like Shannon Sharpe took the biggest L of 2025. Y'all might not agree. I wanted to say Drake, but I think Drake's situation went down last year and it rolled over into this year with the Super Bowl and all that. But nah, let me know in the comments if you think I got it wrong. But I'm going to say Shannon Sharpe single-handedly has to take the L of 2025. Anyway, Hollywood reached out. We spoke for a little bit before Hollywood went back on set, and he just wanted to, number one, thank all of you guys in the audience for support. You know, he wanted to thank me for always, bigging him up, and he basically let me know that my commentary, where I absolutely destroyed this nigga named Shay, and I've really been destroying this nigga for the longest, was pretty much on point, okay? Shannon didn't have nobody in his corner for real, but Hollywood. Shannon was the one that Hollywood was the one that when Hollywood was styling Shannon was looking good. He was going viral. People was reposting his pics of his fits and all that. Hollywood was the best thing that ever had happened to Shannon. I dare say, after this conversation with Hollywood, I dare say Shannon was closer with Hollywood than he will ever be with Chad Ochocinco. Because when it came to Shannon and Hollywood, they were able to bond over many things, right? You know, they both were raised by their grandparents. They both have those Southern roots. They both they understand that unapologetic black culture. They both do. It is what it is. And in this industry, that's mostly, you know what I'm saying? They don't really get that the way somebody like a Hollywood would understand a Shannon, how to talk to him, how to this, how to that. So, let's go through some shit, baby, because he gave me the permission to go on and talk to y'all, so we gonna talk. Number one, this alleged $23 million settlement, originally I had heard 19, so 19, 20, 23. I'm here to let y'all know, for real, that girl actually got about 30 million up out of Shannon. You know, he ain't gonna confirm it, Shannon ain't gonna confirm it, of course, but I'm here to let you know, I gotta say allegedly, that girl with the flat tortilla cakes, Gabrielle Sua nigga, got about 30 million out of Shannon. She single-handedly destroyed this nigga and single-handedly got more than what he had ever even made in the NFL. So I don't know how Shannon's going to pay her. I've seen not me personally, but just via, evidence of other cases, other people. A lot of times those large settlements or paid over time, and then the person who sued, they have to pay like a monthly payment, just like Tasha K to Cardi B, just like many others, they agreed to a payment scale. Then I had also heard that Shannon had got like a $30 million loan, and whatever. They all got different ways. I mean, I could see him taking a loan out on his channel, or taking an advance against his channel to just go ahead and pay her and get her out the way. Who knows? Anyway, long story short, the girl got about 30 million out the nigga. She never cared for him. She never did, and it was a setup from the start. But here's what y'all need to know. What y'all need to know is that when it comes to Shannon is an avid self-hater. We already knew that by his dating choices. We already knew that because he refused to give any Shango stick to Cheryl Underwood because he was afraid of knocking her up and creating something that looked like the both of them. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. When we seen Shannon and Cheryl sit from each other and they did that interview, I was like, wow, that is his soulmate, Cheryl. That is his soulmate, and he has been running from that for the last 30-some years. But if he had a woman like Shannon by his side, he wouldn't have had to come out, 19, 20, 23, 30 million. Shannon, the most you would have paid for was some cocoa butter and some wigs. You would have paid for some nails, you would have paid for some weave. But you said you didn't want to pay for that, Shannon. You weren't going to pay for a girl nails. You weren't going to pay for no weave. You weren't going to pay for no perms. You would have came out way less money paying for some perms and some weaves and some wigs and some nails done at the Chinaman shop or the Arab store versus, flat tortilla cakes, aka Gabrielle Seward nigga, taking you for pretty much everything you've ever earned in your NFL career. Anyway, but let's move forward. What y'all need to know is that most likely Gabriella Seward nigga. It's so crazy to even say. But okay, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Listen, I told the Hollywood feel like Shannon was set up from the inside. Okay? Like from his team, his management team, the people that work for him, work with him to help, him produce all the content that he produces. Shannon don't know nothing about that. There is a big team that is pushing him out there. And they are mostly all white. Shannon likes to pretty much work with white people, and it is what it is. Now, he'll kiki with he'll kiki with Chad and them sparkly ass white teeth for Nightcap and the camera. He'll do that all day long. But as far as who he trusts, like with his brand and money and this and that, it's white people, okay? What y'all also need to know about Shannon is that he is hell to deal with behind the scenes. He is not a nice individual. He is not a good boss to have. He is a motherfucker. That's the best way I can put it. Shannon is a motherfucker. Shannon is a doozy. And basically, Shannon is so difficult to work for that there are many people behind the scenes that wanted to see Shannon be taken down and be humbled. And they were able to do that via Gabriella Seward nigga. So y'all might be wondering, where did this girl come from? Yeah, it's true. They met at the gym. Shannon met old girl at the gym and pursued her and all that. But from somewhere between Gabriella asking for that $25K per cheat, Shannon not wanting to give it, Shannon leaking that tape on Instagram, Shannon talking all that shit online about all the girls that he's smashing. When he told Gabriella that they were monogamous and he kept running up in Gabriella raw and didn't want to use no rubber and want to put it all up and through her butt, or won't even let her shit at the house and make her go to the gas station and shit, who is not surprised that she came back and got her just due? I'm just motherfucking saying. Now, moving along from that, when Hollywood was styling you, Shannon, you looked good, you made the blogs, but because you were so insecure and because ultimately you felt ownership over Hollywood, you ended that working relationship, and then the next time we saw you, you was jumping out of the back of a car looking like Miss Netta in this tight ass fabuletic whatever the fuck you had on. I still don't know what that was, and I still don't know why that shit was that motherfucking tight. Okay? And I don't want to hear nothing about he got a bad hip and that's why he's staying funny. Now that whole situation looked weird. That shit was way too tight and Shannon was uncomfortable with his big ass, and that's why it was just a whole mess. But Hollywood had already been dismissed by then. See, y'all think he dismissed Hollywood because of the gay rumors and I don't want people to think I'm gay. I don't want people to think I'm gay. That was part of it. But the real reason on why he dismissed Hollywood is because Hollywood took on other clients. He did not want Hollywood to work with anybody else but him. He felt extreme ownership over Hollywood. I need y'all to understand that. He felt like you work for me and me only. Okay? So that's really what it was. And once he saw Hollywood still doing this thing, because Hollywood has been a stylist, Hollywood has many connects in the industry before Shannon, during Shannon, and after Shannon. And I just don't understand why Shannon felt like Hollywood couldn't work with nobody else. But I'm going to let y'all read in between the lines on that. Now, with that being said, Hollywood told me, hey, when I was around Shannon, before everything went left, he treated me good. He spoiled me. It was not nothing I couldn't ask for. So once again, Shannon loved Hollywood. Shannon doted on Hollywood. Shannon bought Hollywood a bunch of shit. He was literally like they had a deep bond and connection. They had many talks over the phone. They had many talks via text message. Not just about work, but about life. Life shit. The stresses of life. Complaints about the other coworkers too, the other people on the team, don't get me wrong. But anytime Shannon was feeling some kind of way and feeling depressed and feeling emotional, he went to Hollywood. Hollywood served as that emotional support for him. You know what I'm saying? So don't never let these niggas, I don't give a damn whether they regular, gold pill, red pill, blue pill, manosphere, whatever the fuck. You know, shout out to CGA. Now we got the after pill. I don't give a fuck where they come from. They all need to get their emotional needs met somewhere. And if they ain't getting it from a woman, it's a man somewhere that is fulfilling those needs. It's not necessarily always sexual. It's just we all need somebody to essentially dump on, release on, etc. Pause. No diddy. So anyway, so when things were good between Shannon and Hollywood, Shannon bought Hollywood and got him whatever he wanted. Period. He didn't spend no expense. Now, when it came to his daughter, he gave her that $30K budget for that wedding. When it came to his kids, Shannon said, y'all gonna get it out the mud. I ain't giving you shit. But when it came to Hollywood, he spoiled them. When he came to Gabriella Sua, nigga, I'm just saying, listen. But when it comes to Shannon, if you don't follow everything he say to the T, and if you don't basically get on your knees and submit to him, he is going to flip out. It is what it is. So he has an all-white team behind him, and allegedly they are the ones that have sabotaged him, and they have enjoyed him and his career essentially going down the tubes and being brought back down the sides. Because like I told y'all, before this lawsuit went viral, Shannon was on top of the fucking world. Shannon was getting all kinds of A-listers. All kinds. Even after talking shit about them, they still came and sat on his couch. It done went from that to now Club Shay Shay don't even get reposted. Don't nobody talk about it. Believe me, Shannon then took a hit all around the board. It is what it is. Is that about it? I think that's about it. I think I got everything. We've been on for about 12 minutes. Yeah, I think that's everything. So, shout out to Hollywood. It was good speaking with you. You know, official friend to the show. Hey, even shout out to Shannon. You know, this is a hard lesson to learn and a hard pill to swallow. But for some reason, Shannon, when it come to you, I still don't think you done with the white girls. I don't. You know, maybe you'll find you a black woman, you know, over the age of 35, about 50 pounds overweight to help improve your image, maybe. But I just don't. I just think, Shannon, it doesn't matter if you're a multimillionaire or if you in the soup line. You gonna always have an affinity for your milk or magnesia. It is what it is. But when it come to Hollywood has always been classy, kept it classy, been nothing but graceful, and honestly, Hollywood could have been busted your ass out, but he kept it cute from day one. Hollywood got my respect. You know, y'all may say different, y'all may see it different, but Hollywood has really played this the right way. Oh my God, no, before I leave, this is what I want to tell y'all. This is why this whole situation kind of was like karma for you, Shannon. Not only do you treat your workers like shit, and your team, your management team like shit, not only are you difficult to your family, not only are you difficult to your co-host Shannon, when you fired Hollywood, you tried to make calls behind the scenes to fuck up this man's bag. When you got rid of Hollywood, you didn't want nobody else to work with him. So wait a minute. So Hollywood couldn't work with nobody while he was working with you, and then after you fired him, you didn't ever want him to work again. You literally tried to stop this man's bag. And about a year later, your motherfucking bag was stopped. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that's karma for your ass. That's all I got for this. I got some more interviews to record, and I should be live later tonight. But like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and make sure you sign up to stormmonroetv.com. We will be dropping more videos there soon, and I will catch you all later.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.